Let's talk about the elephant in the room. All right. Let's talk about UFC Freedom 250. Wow. What a letdown. Now, I'm going to break it down for y'all so we can really get into it. But I honestly think if we ignore all the political things happening in the world right now, which I know is very hard to do because it's just so blatantly in your face and it changes everything about your daily life. But let's talk about the UFC the UFC card. So UFC Freedom 250. God, I it's like I was looking forward to it. And I think we all knew that Ilya was gonna be on the card. I don't think there's a fucking doubt in any of our minds that Ilya was not going, because I don't know, if I think of the top three goats right now of the UFC, I put Ilya, Islam, and Marab. I know Marab lost to Jan, but he's just so dominant. I bet he gets it back. Anyways, we're not talking about Marab right now. We're talking about Ilya versus Gaethje now. I don't think this is a bad main, honestly. I think this is honestly probably one of the best fights on the card. Ilya versus Gaethje. I think it's just I think it's right. I mean, obviously, I'll address the other big fat elephant in the room. Ilya versus Islam. I think in a world, maybe a better world than the one we're in now, we would see that. But I mean, I don't really. I don't know. I putting Islam on the main of the U.S. White House card. He's he's a Russian. I don't know. I get why they didn't do it. I heard there's a rumor that Islam was supposed to be on it, never got on. Whatever, rumor. Anyways, let's just go with the cold facts. I think I got Ilya. I think everybody has Ilya. If anybody was to do it, I don't know if it would be Gaethje for real, but I bless Gaethje's heart. I hope he fucking beats Ilya. But Gaethje, oh my god, excuse me, I keep burping. Gaethje is in this weird boat where he has to go against post-divorce, honey, they took the kids, Ilya. He has to go against basically Tom Brady after he divorced Giselle, after he caught her cheating or found out about that shit. This is not this is a pretty sissy fist roll the boulder up the hill kind of battle for this guy. And I think Gaethje, he's a tough motherfucker. I think maybe, but I think I got Ilya. Now this next fight is honestly what pisses me off. I think this is I think this is bullshit. I think this is I think it sets a bad precedent. Pierre versus Sorrel Gain. It's Sorrel fucked Tom Aspinall's eye so far up with his big old sausage finger that Aspinall is having to fix his cornea or something. I don't remember. Get surgery. The dude's eyeball is fucked, and he might not ever come back. And it's we're putting that guy, the guy that fucked up the current heavyweight champ, with Alex Pereira, which is the light heavyweight champ. I think, God bless his heart. I hope Alex Pereira comes out and just beats the fuck out of Gain. Holy fuck. I hope he gouges Gain's eyes out and fucking eats some grapes. You ever seen the scene in Indiana Jones 2 where they're in some Southeast Asian country and they're eating monkey eyeballs out the skull? Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about. I'm talking about some shit like that. I hope Alex Pereira fucks this guy up so much. I hate Sorrel Gain. I'll say it, dude. This guy, eye pokers, man. Here's what I think. Bleh. Here's what I think the co-main should have been. I think it should have been Kayla Harrison. I think I look at the fucking main events, and there's one American on the UFC Freedom card. What? And he's probably gonna lose. What are we doing? Why? Like, why the fuck wouldn't there be at least another? Like, come on, dude. And I know they probably. It's like I bet they wanted. I think Strickland would have been the perfect guy, but I don't think Strickland would have taken this shit because of the political climate at the current time. But I think he would have been great. Maybe not a headliner, but maybe maybe a light heavyweight fight against Imavov, whatever the fuck that dude's name is, or Driscus Duplessis versus Strickland 2 or 3. That would have been cool too, but we didn't get that. Probably because Strickland doesn't shit. But can you blame him? All right, the bantamweight bout: Sean O'Malley versus the Hobby. Let's address the hippo. Corey Sandhagen definitely. I look. I don't see a world where Sean O'Malley should be going against the 6. Maybe this number 6, but I think here's what needs to happen for the bantamweight division. I think Merab just gets a title shot. Like I think he just gets the fucking title shot again against Jan. And I think Sean O'Malley goes against Corey Sandhagen for the next title shot after that. And then maybe Jan gets and then Jan fights loser of that. And then I don't know. But I mean, I guess that. But it's just Bantam is in such a weird spot where like the top couple dudes are they're killers. All right, yeah. So like the top 5 fucking bantams right now. Number 1, Peter Yan, deserved. He beat Merab fair and square. That was a good fight. Merab, number 1, deserved. I mean, he lost, but he is, I would say, still probably one of the most dominant forces in the bantamweight. And then Umar, whatever, fuck Umar. Sean O'Malley is tied for 2 currently. What the fuck? As of March 15th, 26. I didn't know that, but that's interesting. Why is Umar and Sean O'Malley? But have Umar and Sean O'Malley fought? That's another thing. I feel like Sean O'Malley really hasn't fought a lot of these guys in the top 5, top 10. He's coming off a win from Song Yadong, which was like, I don't really remember that fight, not gonna lie, which kind of means it probably wasn't like, but it's like, in the listing, Umar is one. They're tied, but Umar's ahead of him, so it means Sean's in 3, Corey's in 4. I think they fight. That motherfucker, yo. I thought he was gonna get killed by Rob Font. I'm not gonna lie. He went out and made a spectacle of him. So good. It's just like, on the lower end of like bantam, you got like Peyton Talbot, is I think still needs a little more time, kind of like, prove himself. I think he's good, definitely, but he's just young. He's kind of in that same boat where I feel like he loses a lot to game sense. And but then there's like Mario Bautista, which is he's just gonna like be a gatekeeper until he gets knocked out. Same thing with Figueiredo. But yeah, like, I don't know. The bantam fight just seemed sloppy. It seemed like, oh, we need Sean O'Malley an easy win so he can get back as potential champ. I doubt. As long as Merab is in bantam, I don't think we ever see Sean O'Malley. I honestly don't think we ever see Sean O'Malley as champ again. Even with that, because the bantamweight division has changed a lot since the beginning of that. I think what we'll see is I think I feel like Umar would probably even beat Sean. And I am one of those people that also thinks Corey Sandhagen beat Sean. So it's like I think it's an uphill battle from here. Lightweight bout, Marisa Rufi versus Michael Chandler. Another one of those fights where it's like, wow, you wouldn't even think this is the fucking American card. Like, we're just sending old guys to their deaths? Do we think who? Raise your hand if you think Michael Chandler is beating Rufi. I hope nobody fucking raised their hand. I just don't see it. Like we are. This is like what I've been noticing a lot about UFC recently is they just send old guys out to get executed, and it's not really the UFC's fault. I'm not gonna lie. Like we'll look at the Peyton Talbot Henry Cejudo fight happened a couple months ago. Be real, Henry Cejudo probably should have retired before that, right? And these guys somehow stay in the rankings for so long because their name is already established. That they just run fight nights and fucking that's what they're there for. And holy fuck, I just looked a little farther down, and I'll get to the Bo Nickel fight in a sec. But I think this like Michael Chandler shit, it needs to go. Cause what? Michael Chandler got manhandled by fucking Paddy Pimblett. It's like Paddy Pimblett. I like Paddy Pimblett, but you got manhandled by Paddy Pimblett, and then Gaethje manhandled Paddy Pimblett. So you're like the lowest dog on the totem pole, dog. You need to get the fuck out. Michael Chandler is from I don't I have mixed feelings on Michael Chandler. He just needs to learn to fucking throw the ball in. Like, you're not a young guy anymore. 1, 2, you play dirty. You're basically Colby Covington. You're like less racist Colby Covington. But that just means you have every other bad quality of Colby Covingtons. So we'll get later. I think Roofy knock. I don't know if it will knock him out. Who fucking knows? But I see Roofy winning. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dacus. God, I used to be the biggest Bo Nickel glazer. Still like him, but he definitely. It's just like, wow. He is only on this card because he basically Monica Lewinsky is in the White House. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, you know. Like, that's the only reason Bo Nickel's here. I think he's great. I think he's great for grappling. I think he's entertaining when he grapples. I think when he tries to be Michael Chandler, like, I honestly think he wants to be Michael Chandler so fucking bad. But he, like, dude, you're not a fucking kickboxer. You got one overhand into a single leg in your fucking, like, coming up matches. Yo, just stick to what you know, bro. Your bread and butter. You're such a good grappler. You do not need to sit here and bullshit people with your fucking lame ass striking. Nobody wants to see that shit. I want to see the fucking college D1 fucking almost Olympic wrestler wrestle. That's what I want to see. I don't want to watch some bullshit. I don't care that you fucking learned how to throw an overhand. I don't care. Throw a double leg. Let's fight. Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia. Just like Diego Lopez, it makes sense that he's not fighting Volk again. But, like, Garcia, maybe I'll eat my words. Like, the only fight I see the American winning is only fight with two Americans fighting each other. I don't see any other American winning. Oh, I guess Sean O'Malley might fucking win, but like whatever, dude. Is that yeah? We're gonna have the fucking stoner with face tattoos be the face of American independence in our 250th birthday. Like I don't know. Like this shit's so whack, man. Like here's what I would have done. I'll try to brainstorm this. I think the Papera Gaethje is fine. I think for this one, you either should have had. I think an interim is honestly so disgusting. The fact that they thought they could throw a fucking interim in there, bullshit. Whatever. Like that's gross. It should have been Kayla Harrison versus whatever fucking chick they want to fucking throw to her. Oh, I'm Kayla Harrison. Rip your fucking spine from your fucking body. Ah! Holy shit, she's terrifying. Put her on there, and she's American. Do you want an American to win on this? Like, it would have literally been the most free. Just put Kayla Harrison on that bitch. Next. This bantamweight fight, hella whack. Here's what I would have done. Sean O'Malley, Corey Sandhagen. Next. Lightweight. Let's look at the lightweight rankings right now. I mean, the headline is a lightweight, so it's like, why the fuck are we even doing this? You could have done, lightweight. Lightweight's kind of whack right now. Oh my god, dude. What? Hang on. Let's talk about this Diego Lopez one. They literally could have had Diego Lopez go against. They could have had him go against Lerone Murphy, Yare Rodriguez, Aljo, John Silva, like literally anybody else. Would they give this motherfucker Steve Garcia at the Arnold Allen? Literally anybody. I mean, I was about to say Josh Emmett, but maybe not Josh Emmett. Just on the pure fact is like I know they want Diego Lopez to be like this next. I honestly feel like they're kind of propping him up like Pierre, and where like they kind of like very serious guy, but you kind of make him goofy. The promotion, so or Yuri, but I mean but like Josh Emmett, he did that one hand, knock that motherfucker out. They won't even be close. Let's see, they could have done Michael Morales versus Carlos Prats. I bet Carlos Prats would have done it. I honestly don't know what fights are coming up though. They could have done a Joaquin Buckley. I don't think Joaquin Buckley would have fought on the but like maybe Usman would have. They could have had Usman versus Prats. Colby Covington. That's another thing I was seeing online. Colby Covington literally blazes the fuck out of the White House. So honestly, like I'm surprised we didn't see him. And then here's my hot take. I think the hot take for middleweight is I honestly don't think Bo Nickel. Honestly, it makes sense. Like this is one of the few fights where like normally this would be like ahead of the prelims, but it makes sense for the UFC card. Now, what I'm kind of interested in its entirety is there prelims? Like, is there a prelim? Or is it just 5 fights? Very whack card. It's on a Sunday. That's crazy. Yo, who knew that? It's on a Sunday at 7 p.m. Wait. No. Okay, so I scrolled down on the UFC website. It says there is prelim. All right. Here's what I rate it. Overall, I think the card is mid as fuck. I honestly rate it like a 5 out of 10. I think it's like the headliner's good, and I think Nickel versus Dawkins, I will be watching for America. Really, this is just like a average, like it's like an average card. Like this could have just been any. Obviously, we are getting like an interim belt, but I'm not gonna lie. I have dreams every night about this interim belt, Alex Pierre and Cyril Gane, and it's really just Cyril Gane poking out Pierre's eye and then getting kicked out of the UFC. What do we want to see? I'm really looking forward to Khamzat Strickland. Evlaw versus Lerone Murphy is weekend. Oh, Josh Emmett was last night. I low-key did not even see that. We have Adesanya versus Joe Pfeiffer. Moicano versus Duncan. Yuri Proshka versus Olberg. Burns versus Malbit. Erling Zalal. JDM versus Prat. Okay, hang on. I am hyped for that. JDM versus Prat is coming up. It's the weekend before Shamaya versus Strickland. Okay. Banger. For that we have like Arnold Allen versus Costa. Anya Dong versus Figueiredo. Bilal versus Bonefin. Some bum fights. So, between UFC 3 Freedom 250, there's some bummers. I am hyped. I won't lie. I think we got like 3 weeks where I think it's gonna be lit. Obviously like UFC 327 Prohashka versus Olberg. I think that would be cool. I think I got Prohashka, but I think if we go down 2 weeks, Sterling versus Zalal, probably will be watching that. I kind of like to watch Sterling fight. Though sometimes he's a bum. Sometimes. JDM versus Protz, I think stylistically, thing, and Shamaya versus Strickland. Probably my most anticipated fight. Hopefully. So, and I'll elaborate a little more. Not because I think it would be like most entertaining. It might, but I think Strickland wrong enough to maybe hold Shamaya. And they've trained before, so it's not like Strickland is going into this. They've had camps together. I'm interested more in like Shamaev if he still goes with the grappling route or if he tries to go on feet. Strickland's a very like inline fighter, so I feel, but I also don't really. I can't like. I'm trying to think, and I just can't really think of like Shamaev doing any crazy striking. So, I'll be interested. All right, thank you, y'all. Well, yeah, what fights are we looking for? Strickland, Shamaev. Thanks.